As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? I should honestly, if I had the chance, if this game was a milking simulator, I'd be all up on it. I would be milking the shit out of that cow in the back. But I didn't get the opportunity. There wasn't the mechanics in place. So I'm afraid this game gets a 2 out of 10 for me. But if they added more milking, then I could bump it up to an easy 8. Yuri? Oh fuck! Hold on. Before I do more voices, I really need to get a drink, and I really need to take a leak. So just bear with me. I'm gonna be like a couple of minutes. If you need anything, smoke them if you got them. If you need to get a tea or anything, do that thing. I'm gonna get a tea. Oh no, it's lower, isn't it? It's like
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time?
No,
Oh fuck! I've totally lost it.
I just got here. Lower.
Lowering my voice. Oh, I wish I could find the chat or like the voice clip that made me get the voice that I was kind of at. What was the thing Tabby sent me?
Oh yeah.
That one. Was that it?
Oh yeah.
Is this one?
Oh yeah.
Fuck's sake. I know you can hear that in chat, and I can only apologize. Right, anyway.
But I just started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. I'll get there eventually.
You always could have texted me. If I'd have known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. TR? Is that's right? I hope it is. No worries. Feel better, seriously. At least I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it will be fine.
I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you to do.
No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean.
I'm like the most messy person in the world. Like, my kind of way of doing things is that if I stop using something, I just fucking leave it. I'm the worst. Like, if you go in the bathroom, like, there's always like a pair of jeans on the floor or something like that, because I'm just like, right, I took off my jeans and didn't bother to put them back where they belong. Like, genuinely, I am so untidy, it's unreal. Don't know why I told you that. Let's continue.
I would have gladly helped you clean.
That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements?
You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles.
She's down to fuck. Oh wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far.
Of course. I just want to help our guests, take our guests to a faraway place. Although many would stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to find an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that
a bad thing?
No, Not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so?
You know it, Monkey Shines.
That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry
Pardon me.
event.
I need a pop filter for this girl. If I'm gonna be talking like this, I definitely need a pop filter on my mic. Sorry for the loud pops. Oh yeah? Like what?
Let's see.
Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. She's gonna get splinters.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag.
Shit, she's 420 friendly. Oh man, what time is it? Fucking... I just feel bad for saying splinters. That's all.
I planned to cover the windows in the black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing. Don't you?
Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing though?
Oh, this?
Hey, Exterminates Gaming? Is that... Am I right with that? Is that your right name? How are you doing? Welcome.
It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
Ah, is that so?
Well, I'm glad I got it right. How are you doing?
It's one of my favorite.
You're good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm pretty good too. I'm fucking kind of glad that I'm only doing one voice at the moment, but my god, is this trying to do voices for all the characters in this game has been it's been an experience. It's definitely been an experience. What brings you here, by the way? A pun bot. Yeah, well, you get dad botted. It's not just a pun bot, it's a dad bot. You're hungry. Welcome, hungry. I'm Dad. How are you eating toes? What have you had to eat? Have you actually got something? Are you eating toes? Right.
It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself.
Oh shit, don't go also.
You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation.
How do I turn auto off?
Positive energy. Romance. Reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. Did you actually... You had toes to eat? Okay, fair. The herb, Monkey Shines. She's gonna put on some Bob Marley for mood music and that'll be it. You like Doki Doki Literature Club stream, so you pretty much visit every DDLC stream. Excellent. This is my, well actually, like I did it a few months ago and I kind of stopped. I think I didn't even get to the end of the first day. And then I did, my previous stream on D-Live, so I need to move the VOD and, upload it to here. But this is my second stream of it, even though my first was on D-Live. So, like, I'm mainly a Twitch streamer. I thought I'd check it out, and people have been asking me to go back to Doki Doki for a while. So, like, I'm enjoying it, so this might be, like, a regular thing, but I don't know. But I'm glad to have you here. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through, she fucking vapes, through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for?
This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet.
Line and sinker.
Thank you for the follow. that notification is a bit much for this game. But yeah, I don't know much about this, I'm afraid. So like, you know, it's not a spoiler-free stream for the moment because I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that people have told me the words PTSD, and that's been about it. Yeah, the emotes, they do rain. If you drop emotes in the chat as well, they should jump out on stream. And there's some other thing that I can do, but I've not actually tried to do it. Let's see if it works. This. Is it gonna work? That makes that happen. But I think I can only do it as a streamer. The notification scared me too. Like I was far too invested in reading as quietly as possible.
It smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more the relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems?
I've climaxed so many times this stream, Monkey Shines. Like these trousers I'm wearing, they're a fucking write-off after this. They're not even washable now. It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. Maybe she is. What are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here.
We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh yeah? Hold on, starchy what? Starchy dong or starchy trousers? Okay, I see. I think I've got a starchy dong at this point. Oh yeah? What will those be used for?
Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
How do I get a starchy dong? Wouldn't you like to know?
It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it.
You're a girl, so you don't know. Fair enough. It involves starch, funnily enough. I didn't really expect to actually be questioned on that. I thought I'd just be able to throw out a starchy dong and no one question it. Everyone just be like, right, starchy dong, boom. Just continue the stream as you mean for it to go on. But apparently I have to work out now the logistics of how I get starch on my dong. I assume probably through rice or potatoes. Or maybe spray starch that you use on clothes. I don't know. I hadn't really thought it through. No, don't die. I said, I've already read this. How do I? Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys.
Here's a marker, Virtute. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Hey, if you want to use markers, then use markers. Don't judge. Don't marker shame these poor people. These Doki Doki students. These literature club people. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. I just said desired. Desired. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Sharpies are pretty great. Eh? Pardon me. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy.
Well...
Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
You're going to think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know?
If you promise, you won't be weirded out.
Yeah, I promise.
Alright.
What's a karambit? I don't understand. But most of the things I say sound like Kermit. Most of the voices anyway. Or at least Miss Piggy. Maybe not Kermit. I want to know what a karambit is.
The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger? Maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this.
You're laughing at me. Oh no, sorry.
You're laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that.
It is.
Oh, it's a knife in CSGO. Okay, fair enough. I'm not really a CSGO player. Shit, I played like maybe half an hour of CSGO in total. I don't know what's going on in that game. I'm really bad. I'm really bad at FPS games. I tend to play single player ones, and like I'm okay, but like not good enough for like competitive multiplayer. Good enough to like be backup on a team, but not good enough to actually do anything. Fair enough. I take it you do you play it a lot? Do you stream it, or what do you do? Exterminate Gaming.
It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Virtute, why did you do that?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's a karambit, not a karambit. I don't know. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look.
Ah.
She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Oh, fair enough. If, you want, and this goes to anyone in here, if you ever want any help or, like, wanna, like, discuss streaming as a craft or anything like that, like, give me a shout. Let me know that I've got a Discord with a few other streamers in. Like, if you want to start on that kind of journey, I really, really like helping people out with that, you know? It's nice to see people, like, find the creative side of it. Ah, fair enough. I didn't know that. And they are definitely Uli 42. Cheers, the cheat. How are you doing? I hope you're good. The short. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back.
Oh. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri?
That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure,
it was a little weird and took me by surprise. Have I, as a Seriously. I'm glad you're doing good, by the way, the cheat. Keep it in. I'd be weirded out. There was like one girl I very briefly dated when I was like 18 that we were like hanging out in the garden once, and she was like watching like ants from the garden. She was like putting them on her finger and like kind of watching them like walk across her finger and stuff like that. She was like really like intensely watching it. Like she found it like really, really fascinating. And like the next thing I noticed, she's like looking at it and then goes like that and eats the ant off her finger. And it was the strangest girl I've come across in my life. We suffice to say, she was an anteater. Like after that we weren't dating very long. There was also way more weird, like she got way weirder than that. Did she have a long nose? No, she didn't. But yeah, just totally strange girl. Extra protein, it probably was. She told me that they tasted acidic and that's why she liked it. But also like when you're trying to impress a guy, like eating ants in front of them, really strange. But honestly, there were way more weird stories about that particular person I'm not gonna go into today, but maybe another time. Sure, it was a little weird, and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand, and I lick her index finger in return.
Virtute, did you... did you really just do that?
Now we're even. Yuri looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Virtute.
Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. You think that's gonna happen, Yuli?
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one, actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respected activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Oh, thank you, Exterminate Gaming. There's actually like, I'm sure like it's fairly obvious, but there's like rules you have to accept to get to the rest of it. But the streamer chat has a lot of like tabs and what's the word? You know, like tabbed messages, pinned messages that are quite useful, or at least I found them quite useful starting out. Shit. Sorry, chat. Drink just went down the wrong hole there. You need to go to sleep. No worries. Thank you for dropping in. I'm trying my best not to choke right now. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected, and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri.
Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task?
I think you just broke Virtute bot. Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets.
Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets.
We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us?
Oh, awesome, Thirsty, thank you. Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted.
Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, and then bring it back into my room. Yuri?
Yes?
I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything?
No. Not at all. There's nothing wrong, so... let's mix the paint.
Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups.
So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner.
I just said across
the banner. We can hang it from the wall, behind the podium, at the front of the classroom.
Ah, neat. What are you going to write?
Well, it will be more fun to surprise you.
Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. I don't follow, Mercy. Those are just 2 words. Or 2 acronyms. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colours across the banner to serve as a colour guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolours feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way, too.
Yuri stops painting for a moment. A quass. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself.
For me, I don't need to do how to go.
You know, I really need to pee. Chat. I'm sorry.
I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. Sorry if the mic sound is annoying. I feel that way about things like anime and games. Oh no, I'm playing a fucking weeb. How can I deal with this? I'm playing a neat. Whereas anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently.
I knew you'd...
This game is too IRL. The feels. That feel when the game pegs you too fucking perfectly as the player.
Fuck. I knew you'd understand.
Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers.
Kia!
What's a Kia? Kia! Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt?
No. I'm not hurt. It just startled me. That's all. Sorry. I should have asked you to get it for me.
It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel.
Ah.
Is something wrong?
It's hot. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist.
Wait.
Eh?
Just for a little longer. It feels really nice.
Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers, wrapped around my wrist, send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago.
Ah.
Yuri slowly pulls away.
Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out.
It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that had just transpired. I hesitantly receive my own brush and continue following Yuri's example.